Okay, good morning. Good morning. First day of February trading. First day of February trading. Let's see what we can get today. So let's see whether Top Glove can still pull its crazy Bursa bets buying today. That should be the main watch for the day. Top Glove with crazy amount of volume last week. 161 million volume traded. 161 million shares traded last Friday. So that will be our biggest watch for the day. SCIB as well. Today they are going to issue their free warrants, so not surprised to see this stock start to dip today. Whether we can dip buy it is another question. Because if it dips on news, then it's usually slightly harder to dip buy. So for K-Power, when they issued their bonus warrants, let's see, which day did they issue their bonus warrants? I think it was this day, so you can see that it just dropped without any rebound at all. So that is what I'm kind of worried on SCIB, if it's gonna be treated the same way. But the warrants hasn't shown up on TradingView, so I'm not too sure either. Yeah, so main two watches will be Top Glove and SCIB. The rest of the stocks are all kind of garbage. So Top Glove Supermax is gonna be on my watch list. Top Glove Supermax, and then SCIB. Yeah, that's about it for the morning. And then I'm just gonna keep track of what is moving today, what is not moving. You will see what gains volume at the start of the day. I had a look at these stocks earlier. None of them really showed any potential at all. Okay, so one thing to note on SCIB, one thing to note, is that the price is going to be adjusted downwards to reflect the X dividend or sort of X bonus. For those of you who are unaware, SCIB has announced almost a few weeks ago that they're going to issue both free warrants, which means you will get free options. So a piece of paper that says you can buy SCIB at this price. So that is why this crazy buying happened. Everybody wants to collect the free warrant, and then they plan to sell it today. So we're gonna see two things here. The first one will be the price adjusted down to 237, which is 88%. So a 12% decrease on the open, but at the same time it's gonna gap down, so it's gonna open around 216. Looks like it might look like a very big gap down, but you have to take into account that they adjusted the price for post free warrants. It's almost like a bonus issue. Yeah, so 1 minute to the bell. If you could scroll down real quick and help me hit the like button, smash the like button for some good luck for this month. SCIB opening very, very low. Let's see how this moves today. Seems that the orders, of course, as usual, slightly laggy. So we're gonna have to depend on this order flow sheet on the side. Top glove kept up a bit, so we'll give it some time to build onto anything. Today I'm gonna be watching SCIB at the start. It's quite hard to play this because I can't really see what is going on, not gonna lie. And also because the orders are laggy as hell. Well, I think I missed the boat on SCIB, so I wanted to catch this quick recovery, but the orders are lagging at the bottom left. That's fine. I wanted to buy into 213 when it was stalling right here. When it was stalling around 213, I wanted to pick up a bit. Seems like I missed the boat completely. It's okay. I do expect it to dip back down, right? A small little burst of buying and then a strong dip. Hi, morning Nikki. Welcome. So, for those of you who are on the Discord channel, right now, you're gonna hear my voice slightly ahead of the stream. So I suggest you mute the stream and just listen to what I say on the Discord. So SCIB. There we go. This is the sell that I just mentioned, right? I expected it to come up a bit and start to sell off. Obviously, the lines that I drew are going to be a bit inaccurate because they adjusted the price. So in reality, the open of 216 is, in reality, if you compare it to last week, it's probably about 240-ish. But they adjusted all the prices down just to take into account that they issued some bonus. So let's see if we can get a dip or if we can get a curl. Okay, see whether it's a very quick retrace and then a continuation of a push upwards, or if it's gonna be a dip. Let's see, top glove is rallying up already, very strong. Let me see. Okay, looks like the stock is trying to push its way back up. So the high of the day is 227 so far. Right now, obviously, we can't really see the prices too accurately. You can see that the price here, 220, and the orders here do not correspond with the bottom left yet. They don't correspond to the bottom left yet. So hopefully we can get some sort of normalization soon. Hopefully it sort of fixes itself. So that's the issue. That's a small issue with local brokers. They can be a bit laggy sometimes. They can be a bit unreliable. So for now, watching a break above 227 as a potential entry point. How would you advise a student wanting to start the trading journey? So I have beginner resources on my YouTube channel. Look for my playlist called Trading for Beginners. Obviously, it's a work in progress because I can only put out content as quickly as I have time, because I still do work a full-time job. So putting out content takes a lot of time. So if you follow that space, you will get more and more content. But for now, I do have a student class that I currently run. Make sure you're in the Discord first. First link in the description to join my Discord. You should be able to see what I offer in the student group. Looks like stock is churning up. I might try to find a small little entry. Let's see. It is churning around the 223 area. See if we can crack 225 first. That'll be the first test. Looks like the orders are normalizing already, so I can close this sidebar. 225 is the first major resistance. Looks like very good support building around 220, but knowing how fast this stock can move, when it goes, it will go fast. There we go. It failed to break above 225, so there's two possibilities here. Okay, it can either continue churning up and then break its high. Okay, let's remove this line. So the high currently is 227. So it can either continue churning upwards, or we can see a breakdown. Can this daily strategy work only on a day, or can it be applied as long-term basis? I don't know. I haven't tested it in the long term. I'm sure it can work in the long term, but obviously the way you buy, the way you take profits will be very different, right? There's no one strategy that will work for everything. Seems like it's a strong potential to hold 220, so I might be a little itchy hand and try to buy in slightly early, or should I just wait for a break of 225, 227? Okay, I'm just gonna be disciplined and just wait. Okay, I don't want to be too greedy right now. I don't want to be too greedy, and I don't want to buy in early before I get a confirmation that it can break its highs. Okay, let's see if we can break 2.27. That's the first level I'm watching. It broke its 2.25 already, so looks like it's a very good chance that it can curl up 2.27, break through 2.3. If we can break through 2.25, I might get a starting size, pick up something small. Looks like, yep, okay, I took a little bit at 2.25. Very small, very, very small. Because I got a bit itchy hand, you know. Nice. Hello all. If you could help me scroll down real quick and smash the like button, I would really appreciate that. Now looking for SCIB to crack above its day high of 2.27, then that would be my first major entry point. Buying it at 2.27. Let's see if I get filled. Yep. Going in quite large at 2.27. So quite a big resistance right there. Not something I want to see. Yeah, this is not ideal. But let's see if we can push back up. So I bought into the break. Well, I didn't really break through, but it cleared out 2.27. So right now, if it fails to hold this level, then I might sell some of my shares just to control my risk. So let's see if we can break back above 2.25. Hopefully give us a push through 2.27. There we go, clearing 2.25. Oh, it's still fighting the 2.25, 2.24 area. So we can see that it's still struggling, right, on the orders in the bottom left. For the guys on the Discord, unfortunately for now, I won't be able to show both screens. So, but if you're on the stream, you'll be able to see later that it's struggling to maintain this level. So I might unload a little bit just to control my risk level. But it seems like the buying support is quite strong right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna unload a bit soon. Okay, we keep watching it, see whether we can pull back up. Hold the key levels of 220, 221, 222. I sized in quite aggressive today on this trade. So I gotta be careful on how I let go of my size, right? Especially with slightly bigger size, right? You don't want to get caught on a sell down. But looks like it's still holding 2.2 for now, so not too worried. We give it some time to churn. We give it some time to shake off all of the panic sellers. Now this would be an important point where I want to see it start to break back above 225, hold the 225 and start pushing the 227. Let's see. Give it some time. Give it some time. The buying support is still stacked up towards 220 and 221. So once we get that one burst of buying, once we get that volume, that burst of buying through 225, then we are through the 227. We just need that one burst of volume, right? We might see it soon, but if we don't see it, then it's probably time to downsize a bit. Nice, there we go. Quite a big chunk of buying at 223. Watch the bottom left right now. 223 with a huge 2,000 and 2.5 thousand stack of orders. Now hold 224. Can we hold 224? Need another stack of buying on 224, and then we repeat and repeat at 225, 226. So watching the bottom left. Watching the bottom left. So 225, 226, getting a bit more resistance. Not ideal. Really not ideal. There we go, stacking up a bit of buying at 224. Hopefully we can see this push through 227. Still holding, let's see. You can see the buy support is there, right? All the orders on the left side looks quite healthy so far. So now that we know what levels it has to hold, right, we're just watching the bottom left. We're just watching the bottom left, watching 224, watching the 225 level. There we go. We cleared 225. Can we hold 225 now? The next key behavior we need to see is it hold 225 and break through 227. And ideally, we can start to see 228 show up on the charts. There we go. There we go. Build up at 224. Now we need to see build up 225. We just want to see this yellow number right here grow bigger and bigger on the left side. There we go. Can we push it through 27? Now watching this for the break of 227. And once it breaks above 230, I'm going to let go a bit because I'm holding slightly too big, slightly too much size for such a volatile stock. So we touched 227, but it seems like we need more volume to come in. There we go. Watch, you see the bottom left, right? On the left side, you can see how the orders are starting to build up, which is very, very nice to see. That's exactly what we want to see. Building up into a break of 227. Now let's see if we can get a 228 to print on the chart. Let's have a look at all the other Supermax top gloves, slightly dipping a bit. Okay, so right now we're still gonna have to watch SCIB. There we go, we printed 228. Will this be able to hold at 228? There we go, we cleared 228, very nice. Might struggle a bit here. At a resistance point, everybody sees that 230 has quite heavy resistance at 3,000 lot order, 3,000 lot Q, I would say. There we go. Let's start to see a break of 228. There we go. Hold 228 maybe, and then clear 229. Watching the bottom left. So once we see that the setup is valid, we don't need to look at the chart anymore. We just watch the orders the whole time. Right? Just focus on the bottom left. There we go. 228. Can we clear 228? Looks like we're struggling a bit. 228. Very volatile stock. You can see that 1,000 order lots are getting cleared out in like seconds. So I'm currently holding quite a large amount of shares. There we go. We're touching 230. Now this is what we want to see. We want to see it start flying here. First target will be about 234. So as usual, I will be scaling out of my position once it breaks 230. There we go. You see, watch this number. Watch this number. Then we clear 230. That is exactly what we want to see. Now, the next step is to hold 230. Some resistance coming in. Looks like it's rejecting right here, so I'm gonna let go some of my position. I'm holding way too much, so I wanted to see a break up through. I wanted to see a very strong burst of momentum, but since we didn't get a perfect break, and since I'm holding a bit too big for my comfort, it's better to manage your risk. It's better to control how much you're willing to play, so that you don't make any emotional decisions. Now, I'm holding a size that I'm very comfortable with, so I'm not worried for if it starts to fluctuate up and down. So we can see it's still holding 227. So obviously, in hindsight, you can say that you should have sold there, you should have held. But from a risk perspective, I was holding that size just for a quick push through 230. And since we didn't get that, so my first thesis was wrong already, and that is why I cut half my size. Now we're holding about 300 lots right here, so 30,000 shares, roughly 30,000 shares. So very comfortable sizing, very comfortable sizing. This is a typical breakout pattern. Obviously, the first entry was a bit early, but it had volume. It was pushing up. Even if I got stopped out, I would have entered again right here. So let's see if we can push back above 230 again. Watching the 230 as a key resistance level. Morning, Chris. Morning, Fighters Fu from Sarawak. What's up, man? What's up? Hope everybody had a great January. So still holding this trade. It's been quite a while. I entered at 9:09 and it's been 13 minutes and I'm still holding. It's still struggling right here. So if it breaks to my stop loss, then I'm letting it go. Obviously, we can see the heavy support on the left, right? Watch the bottom left for the orders, right? And you can see on the left side, if you don't know how to read the orders yet, I already have a video posted on my YouTube channel for how to learning technical analysis, right? And I teach you how to understand the order flow on the side. So this breakout gave us a 4-cent move only, which is surprising considering that it can dip down 6 cents. Sorry, considering it can dip down 6 cents and still pull back to break the high of the day. A 4-cent move seems rather small, not gonna lie, but still holding for a push back above 230. Still holding my 300 lots quite comfortably. So earlier I was holding about 700 lots. In this push, I was holding 700 lots and I was planning to sell off about 300 lots once it broke like 232, 233, 234. But we saw how fast, how quickly it flushed down just now. If you missed it, just pull back the stream a bit. You can play it back a bit and just watch the bottom left. Okay, whenever I'm in a trade, you shouldn't focus on the charts anymore. Just focus on the orders and just see how quickly the trades pull back. How quickly the orders go from showing it started to print 229, 230, 231. So it touched 231. You can see in this candle right here. It touched 231. And in seconds, it flushed all the way to 227. So that is the risk of trading a volatile stock, and you need to be prepared to cut your size or stop out a bit if you're buying in too big. Yes, usually I buy 700 lots, but since this stock is extremely volatile, right, where one candle you can see it can jump for four ticks, 4 cents. So I decided that I'm not too comfortable with it, and that's why I sold. That's why I sold a bit of my shares, just in case if it flushes down to 220, let's say. That's a 7-cent loss with 7-cent loss with a 700 lot order. That's 5k. That's very big, very big hit to take. So it is slowing down quite a bit. You can see how it's starting to flatline here, right? Instead of the usual momentum that we're used to. When it breaks day high, usually we see it fly, right? It usually gives us at least some sort of momentum at the start before it starts to pull back. But this momentum lasted for one candle only. But that is how breakouts work, right? Some of them will fly, some of them will go to the moon, like public bank. So it's starting to break 226 already, so might be time to start cutting down on my share size. So let's see if we can hold 225 first. If it fails to hold 225, I'm cutting another chunk of it. But with this kind of stocks, right, I won't be surprised to just see it just go rocket out of nowhere. Okay, 225 is failing to hold already, so looks like it's time to stop out soon. Yep, okay, I'm stopping out. Selling the remaining position right here. So unfortunate that we took an L on this trade. You can see how quickly everything just crumbles. But that is a key part of trading this strategy is the moment it fails, just get out. Okay, you don't try to contemplate what if it comes back up. The moment it fails, just get out. Just get out. Because you can always buy back in Okay, note that I said you can buy back in. I didn't say that you should. Okay, whether you should or not, that is based on your own testing. So it can very well come back. It can very well bounce back right here, right? It can very well bounce back and just fly to the moon and leave me behind. But I'm okay with that. Because I'm not here to catch. I'm not here to be correct. Okay, I'm not here to figure out what is the correct move. I'm just here to execute my strategy. My strategy says stop out over here. I stop out over here. Because I know that if I trade this 100 times, I always give the same example. I know that if I trade this 100 times, my statistics tell me that you will be profitable, right? So as long as I don't skew away from what I know, then the results will be consistent. Because you can try and predict all you want, right? But in reality, we all know that most of the time the stock market will win. If you're trying to play the prediction game, you might get lucky once or twice. You might get lucky once or twice, and maybe you will, if you hold right here, you will make like maybe 8 cents. But if you're wrong, you lose more than 8 cents, which is not worth it. So we've been tunnel visioning on SCIB for the whole day now. Let's expand our reach and see what else is moving in the market today. Solution is getting some kind of volume, but looking at the daily chart, okay, breaking through its close resistance right here. But not much. There's no fresh catalyst for Solution. By that I mean there's no news to give Solution some kind of hype. Wait, give me 1 second. So for those of you who want to see my orders, give me a second. I'll show you my buy and sell from earlier. So it should reflect exactly what you saw and what you heard me say, right? I bought into 225 small amount. I'm going to 227 for this break, and then I held through all of this, which was rather risky, holding this size right on this drawdown. If I sold off at 220, it would have been a 3.5k drawdown, about 4k drawdown with the 2.25 entry. And then I sold a chunk of it when it started to fail. Obviously, I could have sold it faster, but I was a bit slow. Still getting used to this streaming while live trading thing, so please excuse me if I make small mistakes on the way. But yeah, there was a logic to cutting my size here. First of all, it's a mix of fear, and the fear came from having too much size. So I didn't want to risk too much. On this pop, we failed to get what we wanted, instantly exited, and then the rest I just stopped out when the trade started to break down. Okay, so there's a few of you in the Discord chat. Glad to see that you're up this early. Hopefully you're using the template that I passed you yesterday, and sort of, if you played this trade, right? I wonder how you played it. Obviously, if you're using a non-premium trading view, you will have a 15-minute delay on it. Okay, let me know in the chat some predictions right now. Okay, some predictions. Do you think this stock will break back above 227 and break above 231? Do you think this stock is gonna start flying within the next half an hour? Place your predictions. Simple yes or no. Anybody? Any takers for this prediction? You think it will go? Okay, Chris thinks it will go in the next half an hour. You think it will go after 11:30 a.m.? Okay. So you think it will Pro Turbo X, you think it will fly towards lunch hour? Possible. It's clearing the contra holders. Yeah, it cleared me out. So SK Press is the top gainer for the day. Let's have a look at SK Press. Not bad. This could have been a breakout play, but then again, the initial well, I'm not in the stock, so even if it flies, right, it's like a little mosquito bite in my heart. K Power on the X day didn't search much second day. Once it flew. Did it fly though on the second day? I thought on the second day it... Oh lord, what a dip. I thought on the second day it continued selling off. What was the X date again? I think this was the X date, right? Right here, 21st January for K Power, and just look how it responded to that. The moment. It's only one way to find out. K Power. When did this come to life? 25th Jan. It can't be that long. But I know that around here was the exercise date for the K Power. Similar scenario with SCIB. They offered free warrants for every X amount of shares that you own. So K Power, after they issued a warrant, right, somewhere here it started to crack down. You can see this whole trend. The only reason it continued flying, in my opinion, is because it has been imitating the SCIB move for quite a while. If you put it side by side, right, when SCIB flies, K Power also flies. I'm gonna give my bold prediction. I don't think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna start cracking down. So I'm actually going to anticipate a sell-off and set my alerts. Set alert around below a support area. So if it cracks below 220, I will be interested to watch. And if it flies, then okay, you win. You guys win. This warrant is 177. If they pump the warrant, yeah, but don't the warrant holders want the warrant to be pumped even higher? Just like K Power, right? If you see how K Power's warrants went, right? K Power's warrant opened. I mean, on the first day that it got listed, it just pumped like that. And I think that's the only reason why all the SCIB holders are so eager to pick up some free warrants, because they expect the same level of pump, so to say. Fair enough. Yep. All depends on the big holders. At the end of the day, all these retail holders are just like eating the leftover crumbs. They get their 10 free warrants and they're like, woo, I made $9. So tonight actually, I'm going to be releasing a new video, and it's going to be covering the top glove short squeeze. I'm sure many of you have heard on the news recently, over the past few days. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've seen GameStop. You've seen GameStop rocket all the way up about 1000%. And then now the Bursa traders are trying to bring the same attention. Let's see GameStop. So this crazy parabolic movement, I mean, no matter wherever you start to take the reference as, is that there's 1000% gain. And obviously the funny people at in Bursa who trade Bursa, these funny little retail traders, want to try and imitate this move on Top Glove, right? That's why you see this big pump last week. You see a huge pump up because they tried to coordinate their buying. But look how pathetic it was, man. It gapped up and boom, straight flush. So I'll be covering on the short positions of Top Glove, the local short positions, and sort of comparing it to GameStop, and then I'll let you know whether I think it can squeeze. It can have a short squeeze similar to GameStop. So make sure, for those of you who are new, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I post quite regularly nowadays, very regularly nowadays, and I stream 9 to 10 a.m. every single day, every single trading day at least. So it seems like SCIB is already struggling. The only thing holding it up is 2 ringgit 20 cent level on the bottom left. So small loss to start the month. No big deal. I think total loss today about 2.6, about 1k lah, just about 1k. So really minimal. So I'll be obviously posting this trade. You don't think their intention was to squeeze Top Glove, but to send a message to JP Morgan to not release ridiculous research report? Possible, but we all know the culture. We all know the internet culture, we all want to sort of take the hype and bring it somewhere else. We want to take the hype and experience it in our wherever we are. So the guys in Bursa bets, they have the same mentality, you know, like, oh, diamond hands, I'm gonna hold. Oh, I'm down 10k on top group, but I'm gonna hold. That kind of logic. The only issue is that we don't have enough. We don't have enough. I don't want to say the word, so I'm gonna call them silly people. We don't have enough silly people. We don't have enough hive mind in our market to all do the same as GameStop. So SK Press, in my eyes, this is another potential break for later in the day. So those in student group, you can start to mark this position. Keep this on your watch. Again, if you're using the free trading view, you're gonna only have one. You haven't seen any posts about it on Bursa Bets. Those are the only posts I've seen. It's all like funny posts of like, oh, we like the stock, diamond hands, rockets. But we all know that it's not gonna work here. So for those in the student group, obviously if you're gonna use a free trading view, you're gonna have limitations, right? But obviously you should only just watch one or two stocks at once, especially if you're working. You don't have time to just flick through all the stocks non-stop. So SK Press looks like there is a potential breakout later. I am gonna watch it for a breakout because it looks like it's forming a very nice shape right here. And yeah, obviously you can't expect to have the same sort of performance and learning if you don't have the same equipment lah. But you should make do with what you have first. And when you are ready to invest a bit more, you can get the pro plan on TradingView. It's not really that expensive. It's about 480 a year. Yeah, 480 a year. So it's about 40 ringgit a month. And if you use it every single day to trade, it's about 2 ringgit per trading day. And if you look at it that way, it's a rather inexpensive sort of tool. So we are approaching 950, and we all know what that means. 950 is when we go and do a final sweep on the market and sort of build our plan for the day. Okay, have a plan. So instead of listening to, oh, I'm looking at this stock, I'm looking at that stock, try to pick up on how I look at the stocks and how I plan for the day. Right? Try to pick up on my reasoning. Okay, I don't want you guys to depend on my calls for too long. Obviously, I will help you. I will point out a few stocks that I'm interested in at the start of your learning, just so that you get used to seeing what stocks can move, and then you slowly pick up on why I look at these stocks, and eventually you will be able to pinpoint them yourself. So I'll start with the screener. We have SK Press open. Let's have a look at Kenanga. So it's the second highest gainer of the day. And we all know what this means, right? When you see a chart like this, ugly, close it. Solution, let's open EG as well. Let's open ES around. I'm going to skip all of this because these have quite low volume. And Vivocom, okay. So we have a few to watch. Let's open all of them and have a quick sweep. Solution, again, very ugly. Can't really see much structure building. So close it. EG. This is like borderline unplayable. Let's watch the daily and see. EG. Is it popping all-time highs? Nope, no all-time highs. Again, quite a choppy move, not much momentum here. You could try and look for a play, but right now I'm just gonna close it. Wow, so bad. So not much that I can see today. Obviously, SK Press is my first watch of the day. Second, SCIB. If it breaks above 230 again, then maybe I'll try and look for a potential entry. And if it starts to dip, we know that it's quite extended. We know that it's pushed up quite a bit. Obviously, it looks like it gapped down a lot today, but it's because the price has been adjusted. So this stock has the potential to go both ways because of its past few days momentum. It might carry forward, or the other logic is, since it's quite overextended already, we know that most people are still holding the stock and there is still a potential of a panic sell-off. So on a panic, we'll try to catch a dip. On continuation of the momentum, we'll try to catch a breakout. SK Press is sort of building the shape, sort of building the structure we want to see for a nice breakout. So we have our alert set for these. I will point out these two stocks on the trading Discord just so that you don't forget them and you can reference them any other day, later in the day or any other time. Top Glove. What can we see? We can see a very, very, very clear wedge forming. So obviously the wedge is just a reference point, right? Just a reference point. If it breaks above here, we could see a breakout right here. And obviously the next resistance will be the high of the day. Looks like it rejected 697. And when you see numbers like 697, when you see it reject numbers like 697, or any numbers that are close to a whole number, it is most likely because when the price was around 697, people saw the 7 ringgit resistance. So this whole area here will be heavy resistance, right? So a break over this wedge could show us some sort of buying, but it will meet resistance right here. So honestly, I probably won't play Top Glove. For what reason? Because I just don't feel like playing Top Glove. And it doesn't have my typical breakout formation. Right, even though it could break high of day, you're gonna have to fight 7 ringgit, and then the next resistance is gonna be about 710 already. So the margin for profit is not as attractive as I like it to be, but obviously I'm still gonna watch it on the side. Okay, so if you have any questions, now is the perfect time to ask them in the chat. If you haven't already smashed the like button, please help me scroll down a little bit. Just help me tap the like button real quick. It really helps me out to reach more people, right? And it just takes a quick few seconds. So there's 13 viewers, only 8 likes. So let's try to get it at least above 10 likes. Nine likes, come on, one more. There we go, 12 likes, perfect. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in as usual. I stream 9 to 10 a.m. every single day. So if you want to join me and learn, I will be more than happy to explain and answer your questions. Those of you in the student group, obviously you know what you're supposed to do this week. I gave you a guideline of what you're supposed to look for, what you're supposed to try and do. Obviously, just try and jump in, right? Whether you have a brokerage account or not, just watch the market and try to take some trades, right? Even if it's not actual money trades, take paper trades or just take theoretical trades. Note them down in the template, in the trading log that I gave you. And yeah, I will follow up with you guys throughout the day on the student group. And for those on YouTube, make sure you're part of the free trading Discord. First link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in as usual. It seems like everybody that tuned in today stayed all the way to the end, which is really nice to see. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Hope you guys will enjoy your day at work. Have a relaxing day. Stay safe. And I'll see you all as usual tomorrow, 9 a.m. Right? Take care.